We hoped, we dreamt, we wished, we woke up. It was there. We love it. Paddy, your initial feelings on the news that Mohamed Salah has signed a 3-year contract extension at Liverpool Football Club, which will earn him £350,000 per week plus bonuses. Job done.
It's an overwhelming feeling of relief. Thank God. Just what else can I say? I'm buzzing, delighted it's over. And now hopefully we can get on with the football, and the prime Mohamed Salah himself will return to the fort.
Chris, I slept late today. I was really tired yesterday. I slept really late today, and I woke up, and I don't think I've ever woken up to as many emails, notifications, whatever, man. And it took me a while to get through them to figure out that it was announced, and over the moon. How about you?
I'm absolutely ecstatic, mate, if I'm being honest with you. It's been a real hard day for myself personally, trying to move everything in. And then just as I was on my third trip from my other Cardiff place to this Cardiff place, it's just like, I was just like, oh my God, what's going on? Like, because it was so unexpected. I thought all this Rami Abbas stuff, the tweet, the way that they announced it was unbelievable. It's just really, really like put a smile on my face and made me so optimistic for this season now, even more than I was.
I don't want to take the full credit for Mohamed Salah signing his new contract extension, but I was told unequivocally that Julian Ward had been flicking through Twitch and he had seen one of my FIFA streams. He got the whole Turkey holiday vibe. He realised what his mistake was, and he went over and he sorted it over in Greece, Paddy.
Was that where they were, Greece?
Yeah, it was Greece. I thought it was, I'd read somewhere, I thought it was Egypt he was on holidays in, but no, apparently it was Greece.
Job done. Finally, they could come to a compromise and get it done. I was so perplexed when I seen, first of all, Rami's tweet, then the club quote tweet, and I was like, well, surely the club wouldn't be like dealing with him if it was not done. So I was like, oh my God, it's getting done. The way they announced, the announcement is better than any signing video they've ever done. So hats off to the social media team.
Yeah, that image, man, it's already iconic, Chris, isn't it? It's so good,
mate. It is unbelievable, and the fact that I'm sure they got Rami Abbas to do that laughing emoji face, just to do that, and because of all the criticism that he's received as well, the fact that he's shit-housed his way into it is unbelievable. But yeah, it is already, as you said, an iconic image, and hopefully it's one that we can look at in years to come.
Oh God, lads, I'm so fucking happy. Do you know what? I'm so happy. Like this has turned a very good window into a nearly perfect window. And you know, we had a little conversation last night about the golden boot for the season ahead. And I said I'm backing Mohamed Salah. I'm doubling down on that today, Mr. Murphy. Salah for the golden boot.
All right, listen, I hope you're right, but I just don't. If I was a betting man like I used to be, I wouldn't be betting on it. I think he will be pipped because I think the Liverpool goals will be shared to amongst the likes of him, Darwin, and I think Diaz will score a lot more this year. But listen, it'll be a Liverpool player anyway, please God.
This is like a new signing. That's how this feels. And I've said I think it's almost the perfect window. Chris, how about yourself? How do you feel about the, Carvalho in, Calvin Ramsay in? I'm still taking Luis Diaz as a summer signing because that's what it was meant to be. Darwin Nunez in, and of course, the great Mohamed Salah committing himself to 2025.
Yeah, it's I wouldn't say it's perfect. There's still obviously a few more things that could happen. Oh, hello. That would be funny.
I'd do it. I'd fucking do it. Mate. I love the man. I love him. He's an absolute gent. Don't know him, but big fan. But yeah, I'd do it. But for like, that, there'd be serious money there. Like, you know what I mean? I'd be all over that.
Yeah.
I'd let ASI boost the head off me for 30 or 40 grand, 50 grand, 100 grand. Did I say 250?
But yeah, it's not perfect, but it's certainly close. I'd probably go 9 out of 10 for this window, especially with this getting added on. It's unbelievable.
Does this in any way, Paddy, give you a bit more confidence for that right side, or do you still think we're a little bit short there to compete or to rotate with Mo?
I still think we're short because essentially we don't have a backup to Mohamed Salah. Because it's all well and good he signed his deal, but I must be consistent in what I was saying. I do still have worries about his performances and how he ended the season last year, because basically he played really good for half a season and really bad for half a season. So we need at least 70% for a whole season rather than, I don't expect him to hit the heights he's hit last year, but a consistent level. And if he plays bad for a number of weeks, then we should have someone ready to go to drop him and then bring him in.
Yeah, I think, look, competition's always healthy, even for the greatest, even for, somebody of Mohamed Salah's stature, Chris. It is always good to have somebody nipping at your heels, or to give you a rest as well, in fairness.
To use what we've all been saying this season about Kostas Tsimikas, at the start of the season, Robertson wasn't performing very well. Tsimikas came in and was fantastic, and that really pushed Robertson on in the second half of the season. I thought he came back and looked his old self again, and if not better. So, yeah, it's always helpful to have competition. I think that's probably the one area now where we don't have a direct sort of replacement to come on. And that's probably where the club will target next window.
I'm fully convinced, by the way, that all of us as fans, all of us, and I include each and every one of you in the comments, we came up with 350 as the figure, Paddy. So I think we all deserve credit for it, us Liverpool fans. We said that was the fair compromise here.
Yeah, exactly. I'm delighted it's fucking done, thank God. And yeah, I think it's a fair price. It makes him the highest paid player in the club's history, which, you can't really say fairer than that. I know we could go to other clubs and get a silly amount of money, 400-500, but at the end of the day, there's no other club like Liverpool. Liverpool are the club. He's ready-made here. The success is ready-made. He's a legend already, and he will now end the prime of his career at the club and retire as a possible top 5 ever Liverpool player.
I think that is very, very, very doable now. I think, we all said if he signs this extension, goes on and does what he has continued to do, he's got to be right up there, Chris. Got to be right up there in the all-time greats, because he's now cemented his legacy with this contract renewal.
Yeah, I mean, he's already up there in the all-time greats anyway for me. 9th top goal scorer ever in the club's history, which is quite mad, with one of the best strike rates as well. His numbers are just unbelievable. And I think if he can continue, maybe not even get into the top 5 players, maybe even the top 3 ever. I think he is that good and continue and can maybe even be spoken about in the same breath as Gerrard and Dalglish. But look, the sky's the limit really in the next couple of years, and hopefully he gets back to his brilliant best.
Summarizes a lot of our feelings, and that is FSG has shocked us in this window. They've done that for me, I have to say. I certainly echo that sentiment.
Listen, I like to give FSG their credit a lot of the time, but I feel like they've done what they've had to do. I don't think they should be getting special plaudits. I think they've done what they've had to do. They've had to replace Mohamed with Sadio Mane, so fair play. And they had to sign Salah up, so they've done what they've had to do. I still think there is a little bit of work to do, and it might sound ungrateful, but I feel like I don't echo the 9 out of 10 window whatsoever. I'd say it's a 7 point. I think it's a 7 out of 10 window. I still think there's work to do.
I don't challenge you on much, but we've brought in a striker.
We're lacking
We've brought in a right back. We've brought in a young 10. We brought in a left-sided player in the recent window, which was destined for this window, and we've just renewed Mo.
Yeah, Nunez is cancelled out because he's just a replacement for Sadio. So I don't, you know what I mean? It's nothing extra with Nunez. Carvalho is exciting, yeah, grand, but we're still lacking on the right side, and we're arguably still lacking a specialist midfielder. Would be my.
I can't argue with the midfielder thing, because look, we all agree we need a midfielder, but it's a pretty fucking good window for me.
I'd agree with what you're saying, Paddy, but if you want to try and do it, sometimes you can't do it all in one window. I think personally we covered the right bases. If you look at the best Liverpool windows ever, we've only really signed 3 or 4 players. The ones where we've got a mass bought, it's never really been a successful time. So yeah, I think we'll deal with it. Obviously, I do agree with the areas of weakness that we do need to improve, but it might allow for some other players to step up to the plate when they might not have the opportunity.